Anna Johnston recently spoke out about her sister Elizabeth, as well as against her parents. As we know, problems persist within the Johnston family. No sign of appeasement is visible. Anna has now stated that her sister Elizabeth would follow in their mother Amber's footsteps. Anna Johnston has once again sparked controversy within her own family, but this time, her message is not only for Amber and Trent. The young woman clearly indicated that she was also targeting her sister Elizabeth, whom she accuses of being at the origin of the emotional trauma she claims to have suffered for years. The divide is widening, the details are becoming more serious, and Anna's revelations today highlight a conflict that goes far beyond simple family disagreements. In her recent statements, Anna did not mince her words. She stated that Elizabeth has never been neutral in family matters. According to her, Elizabeth not only supported Amber's decisions, but even imitated her behavior towards her. Anna states that every time a conflict arose between her and Amber, Elizabeth would repeat her mother's words. She was inflexible towards her and made her feel responsible for everything. According to Anna, if Mom was angry with me, Elizabeth was too. It has always been like that. This testimony went viral because it implies that the rejection was not only maternal, but was reproduced within the same generation. Anna understands that Elizabeth was not a simple spectator, but an actor in what isolated her. According to Anna, Elizabeth approved of Amber's comments about her, repeated the criticisms in front of the other children, and reinforced the idea that Anna was a problem person. This behavior is not without reason. Anna claims that Elizabeth is so close to Amber that she automatically adopts her point of view without questioning it. Some internet users think that Elizabeth is simply loyal, but Anna interprets this loyalty as complicity. One of the examples most often cited by Anna to prove this estrangement is the fact that she was not invited to several family gatherings. For Anna, this exclusion is neither accidental nor a misunderstanding. It was a deliberate decision that reflects what she calls Amber's organized favoritism. Anna describes it like this: "It was planned. They didn't want me." And Elizabeth agreed. This accusation completely changes public perception. She is not just pointing the finger at her parents, but also placing Elizabeth at the heart of this decision. Although Elizabeth has not attacked Anna directly, she has left indirect messages. Don't believe everything you see. There are things people don't understand. The truth will be revealed in the show. For many, these statements sound like a banal defense. For others, it's Elizabeth trying to preserve a flawless image with the public while letting the show control the narrative. But for Anna, that's where part of the problem lies. She feels that Elizabeth and her parents use television to embellish reality, while behind the scenes, their relationship with her is cold and distant. Amidst her attacks against Elizabeth, Anna also directly targeted her parents, reinforcing the idea that the current conflict is the product of the environment they created. Anna claims that Amber forbids her siblings from contacting her. She claims that several of them avoid talking to her for fear of upsetting their mother. According to Anna, the message is clear: if you talk to Anna, their mother gets angry. She considers this to be emotional manipulation. Anna recounts that on several occasions, her parents gathered the children to discuss their mistakes, which she finds humiliating. What kind of parent gathers all their children so they love one more than another? For Anna, these episodes meant that Elizabeth grew up believing she was the problem. Anna maintains that some scenes in the series where her parents seek her out or try to talk to her are not real conversations, but elements of the staging. The messages asking for reconciliation are recorded. The calls to see her are usually orchestrated by the show. The delicate moment comes when Anna describes her current state of mind. She explains that she no longer seeks her parents' approval, that she lives alone and that it's better that way, that she is tired of waiting for them to change, and that she will no longer tolerate her emotions being minimized. Anna says she has carried a burden of guilt that was not hers, and that the cycle of mistakes, reprimands, and fake reconciliations is over. She states, "I no longer want these conversations based on shouting and rules. I just want to be treated like a person." The most shocking thing Anna said about Elizabeth is this: "You can also decide not to play the game. You don't have to act like Mom." With these words, Anna clearly shows that she considers Elizabeth a responsible adult and not a victim. She demands from her an emotional accountability, that she stops repeating what her parents say and that she makes her own decisions. This is the most serious accusation because it shatters the idea that Elizabeth is simply an obedient sister. Anna unmasks her as complicit in the isolation. According to Anna's account, she speaks neither to Elizabeth nor to Amber. With 3 children, communication is minimal, and with some siblings, it is forbidden or limited. The most painful thing is that Anna thinks this situation will not be resolved anytime soon because her parents still refuse to admit their wrongs, and Elizabeth continues to take their side. The digital storm unleashed by Anna's interview showed no signs of abating. Online, the court of public opinion was in relentless session. Fan forums dedicated to the Johnston family were flooded with thousands of new comments, dissecting years of footage with the grim determination of forensic analysts. Look at Season 3, Episode 7, one user posted, linking to a clip. The way Amber's eyes dart to Elizabeth after Anna says something controversial. It's not a mother-daughter look, it's a co-conspirator's glance. Another user created a side-by-side video montage. On the left, Anna's descriptions of orchestrated phone calls. On the right, the corresponding, emotionally charged scenes from the show. The parallels were damning. The slight delay before a parent said, "I miss you," the way the camera angles seemed to hide Anna's face during her replies, it all looked different now. Suspicious. Staged. The hashtag Justice for Anna began trending internationally. Memes were created, juxtaposing screenshots of Elizabeth's serene, perfect daughter's social media posts with Anna's raw accusations. Elizabeth was dubbed the Golden Clone, a moniker that spread like wildfire. Brands she had carefully cultivated partnerships with began to quietly pause their campaigns. An email from a lifestyle company read, "We believe it's best to put our upcoming collaboration on hold until the current climate settles." It was a corporate euphemism that felt like a punch to the gut. The show's producers, initially thrilled by the surge in ratings and online engagement, were now in a state of controlled panic. They had a golden goose, but it was currently laying radioactive eggs. A crisis meeting was called. "We can't ignore this," said Sarah, the lead producer, her voice crisp over the speakerphone. "The narrative is out of our control. The audience doesn't believe in the family dynamic anymore. The magic is gone. We could lean into it," suggested a younger executive. "Turn the next season into a real-time reconciliation arc. A raw, unflinching look at a family in crisis. It's the ultimate reality TV. And give Anna a bigger platform to air her grievances?" "No," Sarah countered. "Amber and Trent would never agree to it. Their entire brand is built on being the aspirational, if flawed, parents who always work it out. This shatters that." "Then what's the play?" "The play," Sarah said, a plan crystallizing, "is to get Elizabeth on screen. Alone. No parents. We need to humanize her, pivot the narrative away from complicity and towards a sister caught in the middle. We need the audience to feel sorry for her, not condemn her. We'll film a special segment. Elizabeth, in my own words." The invitation to film the special was delivered to Elizabeth not as a request, but as a necessity. "It's the only way to save your brand," Liz, her manager, had told her bluntly. "You need to tell your side. Your truth." The truth, as Elizabeth understood it, was a tangled mess of duty, love, and a slowly dawning, terrifying doubt. The pressure from all sides was immense. Her mother was adamant. "You go on there and you defend this family. You tell them how much we love Anna, how her accusations are breaking our hearts. You do not apologize. We have nothing to apologize for." But the scripted lines felt like ash in her mouth. She spent the night before the taping staring at her ceiling, Anna's words echoing in the dark. "You can also decide not to play the game. You don't have to act like Mom." What was the game? Her whole life had felt like a game with rules she thought she understood. Support your family, respect your parents, maintain the peace. Now, Anna was telling her the game was rigged, and that she, Elizabeth, was one of the people rigging it. The filming set for the special was deliberately intimate. No studio audience, just a single chair placed against a soft, neutral backdrop. The lights were warm, not harsh. It was designed to feel like a confession. Elizabeth sat down, smoothing her dress. She felt a profound sense of isolation. For the first time in her life, she was about to speak about her family without her parents in the next room, without a producer feeding her lines through an earpiece. The silence was terrifying. The interviewer, a woman known for her gentle but persistent style, began. Elizabeth, thank you for being here. Anna's statements have been seismic. The central accusation against you is one of complicity. That you weren't just a bystander in her isolation, but an active participant. How do you respond to that? Elizabeth took a shallow breath. The rehearsed answer, I love my sister, and I'm heartbroken she feels that way, stuck in her throat. She looked into the camera, and for a moment, she didn't see a lens. She saw Anna. It's not that simple, she began, her voice trembling. I've never seen myself as complicit. I saw myself as the peacekeeper. When Mom was upset with Anna, the whole house felt it. The tension was unbearable. My role, the role I fell into, was to try and smooth things over. To agree with Mom, to show Anna that if she just fell in line, everything would be okay again. She was veering off script. The producer off camera gave her a subtle, encouraging nod. This was better. This was real. Did you ever stop to think that smoothing things over for your mother meant piling on for Anna? The interviewer asked softly. A tear, genuine and unplanned, escaped Elizabeth's eye. I think I'm starting to see that now. I thought I was being a good daughter. A good sister, even, by trying to model the right way to behave. But Anna didn't need a model. She needed an ally. And I wasn't that for her. I was an extension of my mother's will. And I don't think I ever realized the weight of that until she said it out loud. It was a seismic admission. She hadn't blamed Amber. She hadn't called Anna a liar. She had taken a fragment of accountability, and in doing so, she had irrevocably broken from the family's unified front. The broadcast of Elizabeth's special was another cultural earthquake. Headlines shifted overnight. Elizabeth Johnston breaks down, admits fault, the golden clone cracks, a sister's confession. I wasn't an ally. The public reaction was divided, but the overwhelming sentiment was one of surprise and a shift in sympathy. Many saw Elizabeth as a victim herself, a young woman so enmeshed in her family's dynamic that she had lost her own identity. The vitriol towards her softened, replaced by a more nuanced pity. At home, the fallout was immediate and nuclear. Amber was incandescent with rage. You threw me under the bus, she screamed at Elizabeth, who stood pale and shaking in the living room. After everything I've done for you. After I protected you. You went on national television and made me look like a monster. I didn't, Mom. I just told my truth. Elizabeth pleaded, her voice thick with tears. Your truth. Amber spat the word. Your truth is what I say it is. This family's truth is what we all agree it is. You betrayed us, Elizabeth.